I've I've had a lot to think about the past 2 weeks. My daughter, adult daughter, moved back near me, and I found that she was really debilitated because of a condition that she has. She can barely walk, and it, it brought up a lot of questions. The fact that we love people brings on responsibility. It also challenges our sense of how much of ourselves are we willing to give when what's really required is only love. And it reminded me that back in the mid 1990s, I worked for a regional theater, a remarkable theater. I loved my job. And one day I was walking to lunch, which was just across the way, right there on the waterfront. And as I turned to walk down the steps, I felt myself grow as if I were 10 feet tall. I couldn't understand it. I'd never had that kind of overshadowing happen to me before. So as I looked out at everyone, though everyone seemed to be diminutive, they were all very little, and I was so tall. And I was thinking how much love I had for all of mankind, that I wanted everyone to have everything they wanted. And I carried that as I walked out of the theater and across to the restaurants, and cars were slowing down. I thought, oh, and I knew they weren't looking at me because I was a thing of beauty or that I had on anything special, but I knew that somehow they sensed what was happening to me. So as I walked across the street to the restaurant, all I wanted was a sandwich, but I did stop to get something to drink. And because of where the theater is located, there's this strange dichotomy of very wealthy people and very poor people, impoverished people. And so this homeless man came up to me and asked me, could he have some of my soda? Well, I was surprised, but something just came over me and said, so give it to him. And I did. I gave it to him. And he said, no, no. He said, I don't want it. He said, I just thought if I asked you, you would give it to me. And the people in the shop waiting for their sandwiches were just as shocked. I mean, they didn't know what to think of it. And as I walked back to the theater, I looked up and saw these three faces, three people coming right out of the heavens, so to speak. And they asked me a question. They said, are you ready to join us? And I said, yes, unequivocally, yes. And then they just disappeared. So I thought to myself, wait a minute, did I say the wrong thing? Should I have said maybe? Oh, I know, should I have played hard to get? But I couldn't figure it. Now, I've had that happen to me a couple of times since in the years that have passed. It's now 2023, so I haven't had it happen as often as I thought I might have. But here's what I'm wanting to say to you. You will be challenged with how well you love many times. And you'll find that you may not have that same experience, but just as my daughter has come back into my life and needs and requires the responsibility of loving another person, the title doesn't matter. I mean, husband, wife, mother, father, son, daughter, it doesn't matter. The point is, you're going to be challenged. And in the loving of that person, you will come to know more about yourself, how much you're capable of giving without even thinking of receiving. I know a lot of this may be a cliche. Maybe some people say, well, of course, but it's not that easy now, is it? So I just wanted you to think about it because I considered my experience to be extraordinary. There are many such experiences, which I'm going to share with you. And I'm sorry about the 2 weeks that I thought I would be giving the programming, but as I said, my daughter came in town and I really was surprised at the level of her disability. With an operation, she will be back in working order. Very um, lovely young woman, vivacious, um, and certainly carries herself well. In fact, I think she has a cooking show, so she's still trying to stay on top of it all. But how about you? Can you stay on top of it all? I mean, how much love can you give without expecting anything in return? I mean, like the man that walked away. What do you say about that event? Do you say, I am so sorry I have anything to do with it? Why in the world did I love him or her? Why did I love them like that? I wish I'd never loved them. No. Say thank you. Thank you for teaching me about my capacity to love and the responsibility that comes with loving. Be very happy that you were blessed. Divine healing, divine honor. Oh, the divine grace of just being able to love fully. So that's what I want to leave you with today. And I've thought about it because some people have to die and have these near-death experiences, and that's when they find out, well, I was blessed enough to have had that experience while still alive and can talk about it. It's kind of interesting, and I have a lot more things like that to share with you. So I just wanted to tell you, yeah, I was challenged, and maybe all of that has happened to me and maybe all that's happened to you will prepare you for your next challenge of loving, the responsibility of loving. Well, I'll just say this. All of you are loved because I love you. Okay, see you next time.